Good morning, everybody. Is there something God has asked you to do that seems unreasonable?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Good News from Your Nation.
That's right. Daily dose of the good news, which is the Bible and the gospel of Jesus, our Savior. We're reading a devotion. This devotional we've been in for a little bit now, a couple months, is from Charles Stanley, and it's one that's about 8 years old, and it's a good one. I always enjoy. I, I used to when we watched Charles Stanley. He was very, very thorough and a great teacher.
And a great influencer.
Yeah. So yeah, is there something that God has asked you or us to do that seems unreasonable? And I'm going to just say it. I believe there's a lot of things that God puts on us that we think this is no way. Maybe He meant this or that. Because here's one reason that come to my mind. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. So, we know who God's character is by reading the Word. We find out who He is and what He is about. And He does put things on us that we automatically say, "Well, I can't do that," or we even do that in our in work. When we're working, we're used to doing a task of this, that, and the other. And then when there's something extra put on or something new, I guess I should say, we automatically cut ourselves short and think that we're not able. We can't do it. There's just something, whatever it could be, to talk you out of it.
Yeah.
Or to make it seem like it's so far unreasonable, like it says here in this devotion, that, there's no way. Maybe He meant something else. No, God means what He means, and it's because He has a view of our life and has blessings set up for us to receive. And we can receive those if we, of course, trust Him and obey Him and just trust. Or we could just say, this is a outlandish request or whatever that, and I just don't think He meant this. And then guess what? We miss out on what blessing, whatever it may have been that God had in store for us. So this morning, August 3rd, 2024, Luke 5:5, it just says, "I will do as you say." Yeah, so we trust and obey, for there's no other way
To be happy in Jesus.
but to trust and obey. And that's truth.
Write in the comments if y'all remember that song or know that song.
Yeah. I mean, and that's truth, y'all. If we just trusted and obeyed, He's got the best interest for us. He's looking out for us. He wants to bless us. And He does bless us. Well, I mean, like I said yesterday, we already are victorious because of the gift of life we got through Christ that gave His life. We're, look at that blessing. He could not give any more, and that right there is enough to save our soul from the pits of hell. So trust and obey, because it will help us longevity of life, more quality of life. Everything that's good comes from God. So if there's something that God has asked us to do that seems unreasonable, don't allow the fear of failure. See, that automatically, what I was saying, if we see something or think that this is what God's wanting us to do, we automatically think, well, what if I can't do it? See, the fear of failure already talking us out of it, whatever it may be. But it's done it. It's done it to me. I've let it.
I've let it
The
too.
fear of failure, thinking I'm inadequate. I can't do that. Well, how do I know? How do we know if we've never trusted enough to do it? So don't allow the fear of failure, desire to control your own life. Like, yeah, look, this is my life. I've got control of it. I know what ins and outs of my day and night. And, and a lot of people like to keep it that way because they feel like they have control of their life. And they really don't. Or even others' expectations to hinder you from submitting to Him. Peter learned this important lesson one day as Jesus spoke to the crowds by the Sea of Galilee. The people pressed in so insistently that Christ was forced to get into Peter's boat in order to continue teaching. When he was finished instructing them, Jesus said to Peter, "Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch." And this is out of Luke 5. Peter was reluctant, and it says here because he had just been fishing the whole night. He was tired, worn out, no telling how many times he cast out the nets and brought in. And it says in this story, he caught nothing. I've went fishing before, but it was always leisurely and fished for hours with maybe a bite or two and not even catch nothing. It will wear you out as if you caught every time you cast, you know? But in this particular story right here, when Jesus asked Peter to launch those nets out, he was reluctant a little bit, but what does it say he did? He did. And Jesus was not a fisherman, never claimed to be. What did this teacher know about fish? Well, he knows. He knows what's best for us, just like he knew what was best for Peter, to go out there and launch out there, not no special little fishing spot, and cast your nets. Well, what happened? Those nets were so full of fish that they started to break, you know? Yeah. So eventually, however, Peter chose to obey. The result was that he witnessed a miracle. He caught so many fish that his nets began to break. This is why it's so important to obey God, even when He doesn't make sense. Because He knows best and has blessings for you that you'll not experience any other way. So do we believe that? Do we believe that God has best interest for us? That it says right here that He knows best and has blessings? Do we believe and trust that God that created what we are living on and everything that you see, do we trust Him enough that He knows best? We say that all the time. Yeah, He knows best, but let's keep that and not lose that. Like it says up here at the top, a fear of failure or not having the control of your own life because you're giving it to God and not letting others talk you out of it. You know? So every time the Father asks you to do something, do it and trust. He has something good in store when you obey. That's right.
And that's the truth.
That's the truth right there. And
He knows
trust and obey, for there's no other way.
to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey.
That's right. So there we go, guys. Happy Saturday. Hopefully we all can just get closer to God and trust God more. Totally. Instead, and then eventually, just like Peter, cast those nets. And let's see what happens. Right? So y'all have an awesome Saturday, awesome weekend. We'll see y'all on the beautiful next one. Peace out. Love you all. Yeah.
And I would like to say, you guys, to everybody, to please never give up, because you're so worth and
Yep.
you're so, so special, and you have that beautiful
That's right.
purpose.
That is right.
Hug yourself today real, real tight and know that you do.
Yeah.
So, you guys, we'll see you on the beautiful next one.
Yep.
Y'all waiting for my sugar,
We'll
my
see ya.
kiss. Love you guys.
Yo.
Yurt. Have a good day.
Yeah. Have a good one.